Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome you outside on this chilly morning, but it's going to warm up later. I'm up under the canopy and we're fixing to do some canning. And I'm fixing to make a big pot of turnip greens and mustard greens mix. The ones that I bought at the farmer's market down in Hernando. Now, I forgot to grab my turnips out of the car, so I'm going to cut those up too. But my ingredient list so far is I have a quart jar of ham bone stock that I canned up last year. I have a bottle of liquid smoke hickory flavor. Probably going to use at least half this bottle. And then I have some Italian parsley and chives that I need to use up. And what better time? I'm just going to throw it in my green pot. I have oregano, crushed red pepper flakes, some slap ya mama, because I love that seasoning. And that way I don't have to add salt or pepper to the recipe. I just use that seasoning. 3 what I call medium onions because I couldn't find large onions. I have 3 cloves of homegrown elephant garlic I'm going to mince up. And I have a little over 2 pounds, I have a little over 2 pounds of beautiful smoked hog jowl, which I'm going to be dicing up and adding that to the pot too. My greens, I've already pulled them because I don't like to cut them. They do better if you pull them into pieces. And it's time for me to get busy dicing, cutting, chopping, slicing. And I'll bring you back as soon as I get done, and I'll see you here in a bit. Whew-wee, that's a labor of love, let me tell you. I got my hog jowl medium cube. You can cube it smaller if you want to. I got my onions cut up. I might be adding another onion. I'll let you know if I do. I got my garlic minced up, and I just need to use it because I don't want it to go waste. I got my parsley and my chives cut up. These people, I swear. And I have my half a bucket of pulled greens because I like to pull mine because they last a whole lot longer. I got my turnip greens and my mustard greens. Now I'm saving my turnips. I'm going to slice those up and put them in the bottom of the jars when I go to jar up the greens because they're going to, they have to be pressure canned because they have meat in them. And since they're going to be pressure canned because I'm doing pints, they're going to have to be pressure canned for 75 minutes. So those turnips will definitely be cooked by the time they come out of the canner. Well, I'm fixing to move you over to the stove and we're going to get busy building some flavor and getting these greens started. See you back here in a little bit. Okay, over here at the pot now, I got it heating up. I'm fixing to add just a little bit of olive oil, not much, because that hog jowl is going to release some oil too, but I just don't want it sticking. And I notice they don't smoke them as good as they used to. The outside was smoked nicely, but there's no smoke ring. So, yeah, that's not my kind of smoking. That's why when I go to using like smoked meat, I use the liquid smoke because I want smoke flavor in my food. And I especially want smoke flavor in my greens. And we got a whole lot of greens. the lady that was selling the greens, she had them in bunches the size that I remember when I was a kid we used to get. Oh, this smells good. And of course the hog jowl is raw. And what I'm just doing is I'm wanting to get some color on it and get it to release some of that fat. And of course, as usual, I can extreme canning, so it's really large batches. I'll have all the ingredients and the amount that I have used in this recipe in the description box below. But when I cook something, I want to cook enough to be able to can it up. Oh, I wish y'all could smell this amazing smell. I so much prefer hog jowl, smoked hog jowl, than I do fatback. Now, I do love my ham hocks, smoked ham hocks, but before I can them up, I like to take the bones out. Alright, let's give them some color. Time to get these garlic and onions. Uh-oh. And don't worry about anything that builds up on the bottom of your pan. Now, don't burn anything, but all of that will come up once you add the liquid. Oh my gracious, it smells good. And make sure you don't leave nothing on the cutting board at all. Waste not, want not. Make sure it gets all into that pot. Now I don't want to cook my onions all the way through. I just want to get them just a little soft. I'm not gonna lie, this smells amazing. I've used parsley before in my greens, but never chives. Just another version of onion. Oh, this smells amazing. Okay, I'm gonna get my ham bone stock opened up. Oh, that smells good. Last year, I got a bunch of hams on clearance, canned the meat up, and then made bone broth, ham bone stock out of the bones. Because I knew this year I was going to be canning up some greens. I've got to get a hold of a bunch more collards and can them up. Those were amazing. Alright, I'm going to pause you a minute while I go get some water put in this pot. I know a lot of people's been, I put my water in and I put it in a little too fast and my fat has frothed up, bubbled up a little bit, but that will go down here in a bit. Now what I was going to say is I know a lot of people's been wanting to know how to hand measure. And that should be a tablespoon right there, or just a hair over. Nope, I got it. Best way to learn how to hand measure, well, I knocked a little too much in the pot. Take your tablespoon, put it in the palm of your hand, see how much it mounds up, and keep doing it. Practice. Teaspoon, do teaspoon the same way. I've just been, and this is the oregano. Yes, I like oregano in my greens. That's a tablespoon there. That should be, if I can get my hands to work, that should be a teaspoon. On the money. All you do is measure it out, put it in the palm of your hand, and see how much it mounds, and you'll learn from there. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes. Because I don't like any plain greens. I like my greens fully seasoned. And this is to slap your mama. And that's going to be a tablespoon. Might be just a hair over. Nope. Dead on tablespoon. Don't you see how it mounds around? And then you keep an eye on how much it mounds up. And that's how you learn. I've been doing it all my life. That's how you learn to measure in your hand. And I want to give complete thanks to Justin Wilson for that one. Because I tried to get my grandmother to see how the fat settled down now. That cold water will make your fat bubble up. But my grandmother just instinctively measured that way. And I just happened to just keep watching Justin Wilson on PBS every Saturday. And I watched him and started doing it myself. And the rest is history. But most of your main measurements is going to be a tablespoon, teaspoon, and so on. Just learn to read your palm, and you can cup your palm. That helps too, or you can flatten out your palm. But what I like to do is to cup my palm, and that way I can see how high it goes and how much it spreads. Let's get this liquid smoke in here. If I can get it to open up. These three liquid smoke. Good grief, this one was definitely sealed very well. Oh my gracious, I love the smell of liquid smoke. Now, I like my greens smoky. And always remember, shake up your liquid smoke before you use it. Now, if you're new to using liquid smoke, this should be in everyone's pantry and stocked up. Now, I'll go a little heavy with mine. And this is a 4 fluid ounces. So I probably put at least 2 ounces in there. I'm going to test my greens before I can them. And there might be more going in. Because I like my greens to taste like they waltzed across the smoker and stayed there for a while. Now, I'm not going to taste the stock at the moment. I want to taste it after I get all these greens in there. And I have 8 very large bunches of greens. I cannot tell you exactly how much greens it's going to be, but I know for a fact it's 8 very large bunches, like used to be sold when I was a kid, not the stuff in the grocery stores now. The bunches were about that big around and very tight. So that was beyond worth $2. Now I'm not like most people. I like my stems. So I do not discard my stems. Now, if you're new to cooking greens, don't you worry one bit. These greens are going to shrink down quite a bit. Oh, now we're talking about some aroma going. And you want to make sure you stir them around real good. That way they start marrying together. And yes, my greens have been very well washed. They were very well clean when I got them. I just made sure that they were extra clean. And I've been keeping them soaked in water so they don't go bad on me. And they stay fresh. I might get all them greens in here once this water gets to boiling. I know for a fact these are going to shrink down. And I'm going to be able to stir them real well. Now if you're canning yours, you're going to definitely want to make sure you got enough stock. Because now in my jars, I'm going to be putting more greens than liquid. But it's going to all work out. And like I said, I like my stems. I was raised, you didn't waste anything. And the stems are extremely high in fiber as well. And like I said, this is a mixture of turnip and mustard greens. Alright, I'll be right back. I got to drain this bucket and get every bit of my greens out. Okay, I got all them greens in there. And let me tell you, that's a lot of greens. And you want to make sure, see they're starting to wilt. Nothing wrong with them. They're starting to wilt, which is a good thing. And you want to make sure you stir the bottom, because you don't want nothing sticking. Okay, I'm going to put this lid on, and I'll bring you back as soon as they come up to a boil. Okay, they have come up to a full rolling boil. And I'm going to cut my flame down to where they just simmer. And I'm only going to simmer them for about 20 minutes. Well, not about. I'm going to simmer them for 20 minutes. No, they won't be completely cooked in 20 minutes. But they'll be cooked down enough. They will finish cooking in the jar when they're pressure canned. So I will bring you back after 20 minutes is over. In that time, I'm going to show y'all, for those who's never worked with a turnip, I'm going to show you how to clean and cut up a turnip. And then I got to get my jars and my pressure canner ready. I'll see you back here in just a bit. Okay, welcome back. While the greens are simmering, I will introduce those who've never seen a turnip or been around a turnip This is a beautiful, beautiful turnip. I absolutely love and adore these. Now this is the roots that go in the ground. Sometimes the turnip will grow above the ground or halfway in the ground. Sometimes they like to hide in the ground. Now this circle here is where the leaves come out, the turnip greens come out of. Now it's also for those who might be interested in growing them now. This is what's called a purple top, because see the purple shoulder, purple top turnip. These are my favorite. Alright, now what you're going to want to do, let's cut the top off. Any bad spots, you want to make sure that you get the roots off. But these are the beautiful turnips, and even bigger ones, that came with those beautiful turnip greens I bought, along with the mustard greens. You're going to want to cut any bad spots off. Make sure that your turnips are very clean. Some people like to peel them. I don't. I love the skin. And the way I'm going to do them is I'm going to cut them in half. And I'm going to cut them in half again. And I'm going to slice them up. Oh, I love turnips. I will eat turnips by themselves. And hopefully I'll have turnips left over from canning them. Now I have already washed my surface, so don't worry about that, because I had to make sure there was no contamination from the hog jowl fat, so I made sure it's been cleaned and sanitized. Always make sure your work surface is clean and sanitized. Now I have a whole bunch more turnips to cut up. Now I don't know about everybody else, but I absolutely love turnips. So I hope this helps you to understand turnips a whole lot more than the credit they're given. They're a wonderful vegetable. You can cook them, eat them like they are. Now I like salt and pepper and a little pepper sauce on mine. Save the juice when you cook them, because yeah, that's really good with cornbread mixed in it. Also, or you can just cool the juice down and drink it as well. Just season your turnips good when you cook them. Some people will cook them all the way until they're extremely soft, and you can mash them like potatoes and make mashed turnips. Roasted turnips, baked turnips, boiled turnips, it don't matter. They're turnips. They're going to be good. Alright, I will bring you back when everything's ready to can up. I'll see you here in a bit. Okay, the greens have been cooking for 20 minutes. I have tasted what we call the pot liquor. I'm definitely putting a teaspoon of salt per pint jar. Now if you use quarts, you're going to want to use a tablespoon. And I have my turnips ready. I have my debubbler. I have my pot holder because my jars are hot. I have my paper towel for my little bowl of vinegar to wipe the rims, because you're going to have to wipe the rims because there is meat juice in the juices in the pot liquor. So you want to make sure that you clean your jars. Hold on just a minute. Okay, let's get started. I got my teaspoon of salt per jar. And I'm going to throw in a few turnips 4 or 5 turnips per jar. And you need to make sure your jars are warm because you're going to be adding hot product into your jars, and the water in my canner is hot too. And of course the greens are not fully cooked, but they will be by the time they come out of the canner. And I will add pot liquor to the jar as soon as I know I have enough greens in there. And you're going to want a 1-inch headspace, and you're definitely going to have to debubble. And your 1-inch headspace is that first band. Get your paper towel wet with vinegar. Wipe the rim real good. Put your lid and band on, just barely finger tight, and straight into the canner they go. Alright, let's do one more. I like to make sure that I have plenty of greens in my jar. And you also want to make sure you have plenty of meat as well. And the reason I have them on a towel is I know that my slab of marble is cold or cool. Hot jar, hot product. I want to make sure that these jars don't crack on me. Like I said, make sure. I'm going to debubble one more time. Make sure. And of course, I previously checked my jars. They have no nicks or cracks in them. Make sure you clean that rim good. Put your lid and band on, just barely finger tight. And those babies, oh, you can't really see. There we go. And into the canner they go. I will bring you back as soon as I'm done. I only have 17 more pints to go for a full load. See you back here in a little bit. Okay, I was blessed to get 19 pints, 9 pints on the bottom, 10 pints on top. I have an All-American 921, and I am blessed to be able to double stack. Now, I've already oiled the inside of my rim like I'm supposed to. Put my lid on. And you're going to want to just barely snug it down. And you always on an All-American do both sides. Just barely snug, because you're leveling your lid off. Barely snug. And then you go back and tighten each one down. Oh, there's no excuse in that. Okay, I'm going to bring it up slowly to temp, and I'll bring you back when she's venting. Okay, I was in the middle of a phone call. My canner has come up to steam. I have steady stream of steam for 10 minutes, and I am going to put my weight on. Now for my location, it's 10 pounds of pressure, and once it comes up to 11 pounds, I will bring you back. Okay, my weight is finally dancing. Oops, sorry. My weight is finally dancing. She's at a steady 11 pounds of steam. And since I'm canning paint jars, they're going to can for 75 minutes. If you can in quarts, it's going to be 90 minutes. So I will see you back here after 75 minutes is over. Okay, now that it has canned, pressure canned for 75 minutes, touch the flame off. Make sure your flame is completely off. Don't touch anything. Let it naturally depressurize on its own, and I'm going to wait an hour until I take the jars out of the canner, and I will bring you back to see the beautiful results. I'll see you here after a while. Okay, it's the next morning. You are able to leave your jars in the canner overnight. I had to go take care of family business, so we're going to remove the weight and open this girl up. If I can get my hands to work. And of course it's completely depressured. There was no noise on them. Oh, they're pretty. And I forgot to put vinegar in my water, because I can tell. But that's okay. The jars will wash up. Okay, let's get these babies out of the canner, and I'll bring you back here in a bit. They are out of the canner. 19 beautiful pints of mixed greens. I'm going to have to give them a bath later this afternoon, because as you can see, the jars have hazed over because of not remembering to put vinegar in the canner. Always remember to add a glug of vinegar to your pressure canner. Everyone has sealed, and they are absolutely beautiful. Look at those greens and those beautiful turnips. This will be which can be considered a meal by itself with some cornbread because it does have plenty of meat stock in it along with the hog jowl. I hope this video encourages you as well to can up your own greens. It's simple, it's easy, and it's even better when you find wonderful farmers who grow the greens and sell them just like the old days. This would make my ancestors very happy. I have more greens to can up. I have some turnips to can up. And I'm going to do something special with the leftover pot liquor. So look forward to another video using the leftover pot liquor. Nothing goes to waste here. Everyone take care. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. If you enjoy this video, please share it and please click like. Everyone take care and may you each be blessed. See you soon.